Hi, this is Kristen, and I wanted to show you a quick flip through of my 2022 Project Life album. This album is using, I think, almost the entire album is using Allie's Stories by the Month kit subscription from 2022. I might have a couple pages in here where I have not, or I've used something different, but I think almost all of them are from Allie. So this was my first year using her Stories by the Month kit, and I really loved it. I do Project Life monthly, so I'll show you. I'm not going to show you every page in here, but I will show you kind of like what I do every month. So this is our title page. The title page I set up at the beginning of the year, but I don't put the pictures on it until the album is complete. And I pick one family picture of us, and then I ask my girls to give me one of their favorite pictures from the year. So they submit that to me, and then I put a picture of me and my husband on it. So for January, the way that I have done each month is I have a spread with just kind of random pictures from the month. Like, what did we do? If we went shopping, it was cold and we had frost, and it was like, this was like a little mini snowball that my daughter collected off of the car. And then, just random things that happened throughout the month. And then I journaled about them. And my oldest daughter is away in college. And so at the end of the month, I always ask her to send me some pictures. She's not big into taking pictures, which is okay. But I ask her to send me some pictures of what she took throughout the month. And I make a small little spread depending on what she sends me. And I usually use it as an insert. The sizes range throughout the year, but this is just an insert of the things that she did. And I put a little Avery tab that just says meanwhile at UNF, which is where she goes to school. And like this, so this is like her insert. And then I do events. So like my daughter went on a school trip to St. Augustine. So this was one layout from the month of January that was event centered. And then, this was using the Play Story kit. Let's see. Yeah, the Play Story kit on both of these, I believe. And these were just like birthday parties. Again, just kind of some random pictures. And then we went on to February, which this is using the February Story kit, or February Stories by the Month kit. Random pictures. This was one of the quote cards, and I just put pictures on the back and punched holes and then put it in my album. This was event. This was about an event. We went up to visit my daughter at college for the weekend. So I just documented that, that whole weekend. Going to the beach one day. The weather was nice enough. Doing a day trip. And then this was the meanwhile at UNF. So these were the pictures that my daughter sent me from the month. And she had actually sent me a lot of pictures that month. So I got an entire double spread from it. And then I just add little highlights of the things that she did. March. This was a day trip that my youngest daughter and I took. And then I just used, this was an insert that I used. I did Day in the Life last year for the first time, but I didn't make an album out of it. I just included it in my Project Life. I just did a spread where I took the pictures throughout the day. Once I decided which pictures I wanted, I stamped them with the time that the picture was taken. And I just did one for like every hour. And then I had this little flip out that I did. This was an old day in the life kit. The cards were just an old kit that Allie had that I had bought on clearance. And I think, yep, and it continues onto this page. So I didn't make a whole album. I just did, you know, just this in my Project Life album. Let's see what else. This was another kind of event. This is when my youngest, went on a school trip to Disney. This was our spring break. We just did kind of things around our town. Documented that. Go into April. And I really like the Stories by the Month kits. They're just so easy. And I really spread them out. I'm very picture heavy in my layouts, so I don't use a lot of cards on my pages, but I pretty much used every card and every like embellishment that came with the kits. I'm trying to think. Some of them are from old, like I think this is old. I think this is from an older thing, and maybe even that one, I don't remember. But I try to use almost everything. I don't think I had much at all that was left over from my kits, because I really focused on using all of the products. What was this? Oh, this was, I had to go to, yes, I had to fly up north because my aunt had passed away, and so we had kind of a celebration of life, and then I got to see a lot of family when I was up there. This was a banquet that my daughter went to, and this was the invitation. I just punched holes in it, and then I included a picture on the back of her and my husband. So you can see how I kind of put I put my events in here, and then at the end of the month, whatever, like I kind of, like I'll put all of, this was my, let's see, so this was my daughter's 8th grade graduation. So I put all of her 8th grade graduation pictures into an album on my phone. And then same with like when I had to go up north, and like the banquet, I make all these little mini albums on my phone for the month. And then anything that's left over, if it doesn't have a place in an album, it's considered a random picture. And I just put it here in my, hold on. I just put it here in my, like my opening page for the month. So let's see. This was like a page pocket. It's from Becky Higgins, the little zipper pocket that I included like her tickets from 8th grade graduation and the program. June. This, yep, random pictures from the month. This was a weekend. My husband and I went out of town for our anniversary. This was when my kids went up to Chicago to visit family for a week. And I included this was a fun little thing. They went to the zoo one day. So I kind of made a little mini spread here. And I liked that. And I kind of liked, you know, because they're butterfly pictures. And then this page opens up kind of like a butterfly. So those were pictures from the zoo. I did a flip up here. I really like this 9x12 size. It's just perfect. July. This was, July was, you know, I only had a couple pages from July. This was August. Whoops. So moving my daughter back into school, into her dorm. And I just kind of wrote, I used these cards to just do a lot of journaling. Kind of what we did that weekend, moving her in. Another Meanwhile at UNF insert. I like these because I feel like if I didn't make this for her, then it would kind of be like she would just kind of be left out. And I want to include her even though she's away at school. And if she ever wanted these little inserts, I could always pull them out and put them in an album of their own. This back into September with school starting. And my daughter's 15th birthday. So I did a layout on that. Just all these little inserts. I just have so much fun with these. And that's pretty much it. I think when I get to like November, I have, November, we went out of town for Thanksgiving. And while I will do an album from our trip, this was homecoming, sorry. This was, we went to Disney for Thanksgiving week. And so I will do a whole album, but I wanted to also keep it in my Project Life album as well. So I just made, you know, I took some random pictures from the week and put them in as a spread. And like this is an example of that I didn't, cards that are not Allie's that I used. I don't even know where these came from. They might be Echo Park. I don't remember, but I just pulled them out of my stash. And then, you know, towards the end of the month, this was, you know, I obviously did December daily for December, and that has a lot of my documenting on it, but I still wanted to put in pictures from the month. And there's a lot of pictures in here that I didn't use for December daily. And then that's it. And I just do a spread for Christmas Day, and then I don't do anything on the back. I don't do a recap of the year or anything. So I know I said I wasn't going to go through the whole album, but I did. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.